Alright, hello everyone. Reggie here. Today we'll be playing Z.A.T.O. I love the world and everything in it. It's been a while I got curious about this game, of course. And like I said before, I will still wait for HSSH update before I continue the game. So that's why I still haven't worked on anything about it. I mean, I could definitely continue about it, but I might just wait also for the update. Considerably, I would still say a person who's related. Never mind. Before I start the game, let's rewatch the intro by doing a soft reset on the game. So here I go. I'm not gonna speak a little bit loud before I start, and all I can say what the plot is, according to the game page at least, because I'll start immediately after this. Is like someone goes missing, but no one gives a damn about it except the main character, I guess. So yeah, without further ado, let's soft reset. Control R. Ship R. There we go. All right. Well, now that I've seen the intro, I'm unsure if it will replay again, but hopefully not. And hopefully I didn't do like waste a bit, but I am. Let's start the game and see what's about. What it is about. Did you know that our sun is a very unusual star? To start with, it's a yellow dwarf. I guess that's one way to describe it. I feel like it's more of like a red supergiant, to be honest. A little bit. Those constitute for just 7 to 10% of all stars in the universe. Okay, I see. It's an outlier even among those. Though there are probably like stars that are red, supergiant or red giants that are just bigger, or supergiants, I think. I might have make up like an astrological term. Is it astrological or astronomical? Again, almost all of them are the same. So you can correct me on those if you want. Most yellow dwarfs are primarily covered with dark spots. Okay, can I check history of this here if in case log? Yeah, that's probably covered with dark spots. So this will be part by part, by the way. So because as far as I remember, this has a total of 8 hours. That's one thing, and might be already long when I'm reading. I'll probably try to at least finish 2 chapters. Most yellow dwarfs are primarily covered with dark spots. The sun isn't. The majority of its surface is bright. In fact, It has 3 times the number of light spots than it does dark spots. Sure, its overall brightness index is nothing special. You could even call it underwhelming compared to other stars of its type. You see. But even so, it works harder than most to shine as bright as it can. And I find that really cute. So I'm going to already seeing what like similar already this like a simile or metaphor of like what is going on to the game. Of course, considering of how the plot is already a little bit. Find that really cute. I don't remember where I read about this. Must have been some newspaper from years ago. But that small piece of trivia still pops in my mind whenever I look up at the morning sky. Interesting. It's not much of a view, to be honest. I guess I love the stars. I wish I could still see them. Be honest. Not much of a sky, not much of a sun. Considering I don't touch grass anyway, like me. I guess that's the kind of region it is. Some people say the sun is just lazing around it. Some people say the sun is just lazing around in our parts. What with the constant snow? But people that go around saying that, well, they clearly haven't read the newspaper. I guess. Okay. I've also forgot there's also one. You see. The more I thought about things like that, and the more I learned, the more I realized how incredible everything is. I'm not just saying that to mean amazing. Okay, previously again. I guess that's true as well. I mean improbable. Oh yeah, that's more better. You can't deny the world is full of great coincidences. I guess I yeah. I mean, if there is something that I would like to talk about, it's about the sea, the abyss, the depths. Still, most of the time has not been like very fully covered. So yeah, there's a lot of going to be like creatures to be discovered there. So already there's also another space like the reverse, I guess. It's to the point where I began to ask myself how much of it we can attribute to pure chance. The universe was so kind as to give us both a star and a planet with the perfect conditions for sentient life. Yeah, that's how it goes. Just the slightest fluctuation in the composition of our atmosphere, the size of the globe, or the distance between the Earth and the Sun, and none of the beauty surrounding us would exist. Yeah. Some would call it a miracle. I don't know about that. I guess the Big Bang is really a miracle. That's one thing I'll say. Or the universe is a miracle, anyway. And of course, that's a lovely way to put it. But isn't that giving the world we're living in too little credit? Depends. Uh, but it's not that I subscribe to the to the anthropic principle or anything. And there's still so many things in science as I still wish to learn more. Of course, I mean, so I'm more of like a math person anyway. But I know, yeah, I would still love to learn more sciences if I would. I'm not so arrogant as to believe the universe exists just for our sake. Yeah, or rather, I'm not so sure it exists solely to be observed. Yeah, when a baby is born, it's not preoccupied with how it is perceived. True. The conscious need emerges later. That conscious need emerges later as a child develops the child develops self awareness. Yep, part of growing up. That's all I can say. Until that point, its curiosity is aimed at its surroundings. Yeah, like that's how it is. That's a baby. So if anything, it's the opposite of what the anthropic principle entails. I see. Still, again, I will have not ideas of any of these terms, despite I have played like so many mystery games so and things like Zero Escape. Okay, you remember that? Okay, we're social creatures. So the need to be observed makes sense for our survival. Yeah, that's true, somewhat. But to say the universe itself shares that priority, it just doesn't make sense to me. I see. All right, ellipsis. Although you can also think about it this way: a child is curious about the world because it perceives the world as external. Yeah, that's one way to think about it. But what if the child is the world? Interesting foreshadowing there. What if all that it could have ever observed existed within itself? I mean, humanity exists. What can the all encompassing universe be curious about? We'll find it out soon, I guess. There's nothing but itself. So nothing but itself. There's nothing else to care about. There's nothing else to care about in the whole wide world. God, World Wide Web can sometimes like screw me up. It is the world. The world. Duh. Ah, wait. Now this makes perfect sense. If I put it like that, I guess the universe has no choice but to be self-centered. Even if this wasn't the case when it was born, what if the universe developed a desire to be perceived by others as it matured? That's an interesting case, I would say. Like, do you want to see the universe ends? To be honest, the like universe in agrarian science still keeps expanding and expanding, anyways. Kind of like there will be like some what was it? What was the term again? Implosion. The same way that a child would. And what do we do when we want others to perceive us a certain way? Unfortunately, that's the reality. And most of the time, like, that sucks balls. We try to mold ourselves accordingly. Yeah. Yeah, relatable. No wonder they suck. I'm just kidding. Never mind. Ah, I think I get it now. The universe gradually felt the desire to be seen. Maybe. As long as the universe doesn't mean equals to the great will. It wanted to be admired, loved, and observed, because there's nothing more a world can do but to observe itself. Yeah, it's the best and only pastime there is, as far as the world is concerned. And if observation is good, or observation is even better. Of course, an endless universe can observe itself endlessly. True, I guess. What can I say but true? You can say that its observation value. Oh God. Say that its observation equals infinity. I also just opened the air cooler, so you might hear a bit of sounds of it. So value equals infinity. Okay, that value may seem absolute, but it isn't really. But it isn't really. Not in mathematics. Possibly, infinity plus one exists. Yep, I guess that's the thing. It's a value that the universe could never reach as a singular, albeit infinite observer. Yeah. So it had to create infinite observers to add to its infinity. It needed to create sentient life from 0 to 100 to 100 to 0. Sentient life is the plus one. When I put it like that, it sounds like all of us are extras at a part. All of us are extras at a party. Now, isn't that fun? Alright. I mean, you could say that, considering I just also play a lot. Like, it starts at time where universe is like something that most people talk to, or I guess, about, or talk about. This vast, mighty universe changed itself so meticulously to make new observers possible. It fine tuned all of its systems so precisely, just to have us here, in this demented torture chamber. The theatric torture chamber, to be exact. It works so hard just to share Share its one joy with us. Us. Worthless insects. True. Did you have fun? Did you have fun, universe? Oh no. Oh no, this can't be. That's cute. Baby. That's really cute. Maybe. Ah, I should have expected this. I should have known the infinite universe would be infinitely cute. Maybe. This world truly is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Ine. Ila Gachevskaya is missing. So again, I think this might be Russian names. So apologize in advance if I pronounce them wrong. Huh? I look up from my desk. A low hum runs through the class. Gachevskaya? What? What? Seriously? She's just skipping. She ran off with that one guy. You saw? No, but come on. You know her. She's totally. Silence. Teacher taps her journal on the desk. Ira's parents filed a report yesterday night. They haven't seen her since she left for school. Another round of whispers. The teacher raises her voice. So if any of you have any information that might help in finding Ira, please report it to the teacher's office or the police after class. Alright, that is all. On to the lesson. A chair creaks in the back. Vadim, okay. Wait. You really expect us to just study like normal after hearing that? Yeah. Yeah, we're shocked, you know. We're worried sick. Seriously, our classmate's missing. Our friend. Our Ilochka. Okay, that might be. I don't know. I think that's comrade. That I think that's friend, I guess, or our native. Either of that's good. The room fills with repulsive giggles. Tee-hee-hee. Cut it out. Garen, sit back down. The teacher's voice sounds just as dry as it did when she broke the news. She turns towards the blackboard to write down the date. We all know the situation will probably resolve itself just fine. So let's not act dramatic. If you have anything valuable to say, I'll be happy to hear it in the office. She puts the chalk down and begins the lesson. It's December 19th. It's December 19th. A bird flies past the window. Disappearance, give me a break. Aren't you supposed to wait 3 days or something? That's a myth. You can file a missing report whenever, especially if it's a kid. Oh yeah? Making sure. There you go. Hey, let's report each other as missing and see who they find first. Ha, you're on. No, but seriously, what's with the sudden hubbub? Hubbub. So she didn't come home? So she didn't come home. Big deal. I thought wandering off was her whole thing, right? That's just Skrijibs. That's just Skrijibskaya for you. And her parents just want some attention. Like they need it. Like they need any more of that. I mean, I've heard of some weird cases. Yeah, never say never. Crazy is genetic. You think she's in some crack house now, but doing some joint? Haha, no way. Do we do we even have any? I wish. At least there'd be something fun to do. Honestly. Hey. But she's like, for sure with that guy, right? For sure with the guy, right? The guy? You don't know? Bunch of people have seen them together. It's some older dude. He's like 30 or something. Ew. You serious? Yeah, it's so trashy. I slowly walk behind my classmates as we head to the next lesson. Let me see how loud it is. Alright. It's irritating. Their conversation is ticking me off. I'm not sure why. It's not that it's not that it's not as if they aren't making any if they aren't making sense. It's not unusual for Ira to wander off somewhere on her own. I'm not treating these news with any real gravity. Really, I'm no better than them. There's a trace of worry in my head, but it isn't directed towards Ira. Instead, when I first heard about her disappearance, the thought that flashed into my mind was rather ugly. Interesting? Now nobody will come to save me. Gross. But regardless of what people are saying, and regardless of what I personally think, that's still a missing person. Yeah. Her poor parents must be so worried. Just picturing it makes me feel glum. I'm not surprised Ira would just run off somewhere without telling anybody, but still, triple dots. It's not like we've ever been friends. Well, interesting statement. It would be stranger if I acted all torn up about it, right? I guess she's just that kind of person. Always getting herself in trouble. Always hanging out in places she's not supposed to be at. They're right. This wouldn't be the first time Ira left for God knows where. But is it really true? The stuff they said about that older man. I've never even I've never seen or heard anything like that. Even though this whole time, triple nuts. I suppose it's plausible, knowing how some girls are. Even so, I never had thought Ira would be the type to be love struck like that. To be love struck like that. I doubt that's going to be the case. Probably that old man says, "Hey, do you want to learn how to jump through timelines?" Not just kidding. Love struck, huh? When I put it that way, then it's almost. Yeah, it's most definitely cute. No. Ira and love. I guess in normal days. Well, what? Well, depending on what that's what it says, but even then, depending, I will just say forbidden love too. Okay, there may be some. Wow, I'd never have guessed. I never took that girl for a romantic, but she is a girl at the end of the day, and she does like those types of books. So perhaps she was planning to elope all along. No. Ah, crap. It's also complicated. It's also complicated. It's a complex motives, I would say. I'm really torn on this. I really am. On one hand, it's super romantic. No. Such beautiful young love with no regard for what anyone thinks. It's so incredible. It's incredibly cute. But on the other hand, I'm really sad. It's selfish and it's dumb. But if Ira is really gone, it's like I've got nothing to hope for anymore. That's an interesting choice of words. They're are they a role model or something? Hey, Shubina, huh? You know anything about this? No. Why would I? Well, you two were pretty close, right? Their whole group chuckles. We weren't. No? No, not at all. Really? Really? I thought you two were dykes. What? They all erupt in laughter. They all erupt in laughter. We weren't. We didn't even talk. Haha. Vadim, you dumbass. Kajemskaya screwing the old guy. She ain't like that. I don't know. Some chicks swing both ways. Interesting. You never know these days. I don't. It's. Look at her face. Chill out, Shubina. We're just kidding. Jeez. Why are you getting so scared, anyways? You're really a lesbo or something. I'm not. They just keep laughing. What can I even say to that? Bully them. But don't. No matter what I do, they just keep laughing. If Ira came in through the door right now and heard what they were saying, all hell would break loose. I mean, she only disappeared a day ago. I really like the soundtrack so far of this game. She's probably just coming late today. Don't know about that. With how you started, it might have happened. She doesn't even know there's a missing report. Maybe she has already left her lover's place. Interesting words. Maybe she's trudging through our snowy schoolyard as we speak. No, no, she's already inside. Inside where? She's already left her. She's already left her wet, puffy jacket in that cloakroom, and now she's going down the corridor, up the stairs to the left. That's right, she's coming. Okay, she's gonna storm in any minute. She's gonna storm in any minute now. Right, right, that's it. Nope. I hear her. I can hear her footsteps. Nope. She's coming. She's not coming. Ira's coming. She's not coming. What's with that face? You look like you're holding in a shite. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. She's totally a lesbo. I'm not. I've never talked to her, I told you. The steps walk past the classroom. Now that they're closer, they don't sound now that they're closer, they don't sound like her at all. They never sounded like her in the first place. Yeah, it's just a random. See, I told you, it's just some random person. Well, maybe not with her, but like in general. Yeah, you don't have a boyfriend, right, Shubina? Why's that? Huh? I don't know. I just. Dude, look at her. Be real. Come on, don't say that. What? You wanna be her boyfriend? Hey, Shubina, wanna go out with Igor? Oi. Oh, what? Come on, he's a great guy. Um. Right, Igor? You treat her right. Piss off, man. I'm not doing this. Well, that's. I bite my tongue. There I go again. Bad habit. It's not like it works anyway. So why do I keep doing it? Why do I keep doing it? Maybe you're just a fan of edgewords. I plop down at my desk and start mindlessly flipping through the textbook. I need to stop indulging. I need to stop indulging fantasies like that. Yeah, it just makes me feel stupid every time. If Ira came in, if Ira came in through that door and beat them up right then and there, would it really help my case? They probably keep saying those same things behind your back. and to my face. I guess it really would be for the worse. Yeah, yeah, I shouldn't have wished for that. If Ira saw that, it would just add fuel to the fire. So it's a good thing that she didn't interfere. That she didn't interfere. It's a good thing. It's a really great thing. Is it? Is it really? Huh. At least these guys don't bother me for the rest of the day. Everyone's too preoccupied with gossip. I can't focus on studying it either. I keep thinking. The last time I saw Ira, the teacher says her parents saw her leaving in the morning. But she didn't show up to the class. She didn't show up to class. That part's nothing new. Ira has always Ira has always had a bad attendance record. So I assume she skipped as usual. I went to see that man they talk about. I went to see that man they talk about. Did she go to him? Because in that case, yesterday evening. Go home, Asya. I'm gonna save here, just in case. Anything could happen. The teacher's office, was it? I'm kinda scared of going straight to the police. But I should. I should probably report that. Not sure if it will be of any help. For some reason, the idea of telling anyone what I saw, something about it just doesn't sit right with me. But there's a logical reason for that. Yeah. I need to get over myself. Sure, she's probably fine. I know that. Freaking everyone knows that. But if she's not, well, I'm gonna regret it big time. Oh, but I might also be tearing star-crossed lovers apart. If Ira really ran away to be with someone that she cares about so deeply, away from society's ridicule, would it really be alright to would it be really be right to ruin it? Crap. I have to admit, I'm also a little judgmental. I mean, it's really beautiful. I do believe that judging love like that is ugly, ugly, ugly. But whenever I start to consider it closely, I just can't brush it. I just can't brush off how much older that man is. I just can't. Yeah, you have to anyway. If that may be the case, but I doubt about that. I doubt about that would be the case. I'm not. I'm really no better than the rest. Wait, that's it. So that's why I don't. That's why I don't want to tell anyone about what I saw. It must be the good in me screaming, "Don't ruin their good fortune." They're probably so happy together right now. It's none of your business. That's one way to think about it. Don't know. Gosh, yes, that must be it. That explains everything. Should I follow my heart then? Whatever you feel to. May your heart be your guiding key. Should I keep silent? It's not as if it's not as if what I had seen will make a difference. Don't know about that. It was kind of inconsequential. There's no point in telling anyone about it at all. It's not the kind of information that points to any particular location or culprit. Duh. Well, don't worry. This is not Ace Attorney, but it might still be. Maybe Ace Attorney though. Maybe you know some kind of mystery game. Not that there is one. So let's keep silent, and everyone will be happy. And like the plot, and you're just doing what the plot says. Uh, no one really cares. I'll be happy. The good irrational me will be happy. And the cold reasonable me will be happy as well. Yup, yup. Good job, Asya. You solved it. Ah, it sure is nice to have a clean conscience. Well, no need to loaf around here any longer. Guess I better head home. Counterpoint. Is this supposed to be objection? Counterpoint, 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 counterpoint. What if, and bear with me here, what if Ira is actually missing? Despite all odds, there's always a possibility that she is in danger, further though. If there's even the tiniest chance that my report will help in finding her, then that info is worth providing. And if she really did elope with her beloved, then my testimony won't change a thing. It's worthless at worst. Triple nuts. That's true. If I carefully weigh the pros and cons, that off chance of Ira being in danger and my words being the key to saving her makes for a strong argument. Well, my words being the key to saving. May your heart be your guiding key. Wow, yeah. That would be so amazing. And then I'd come and visit her in the hospital, and she wouldn't know how to thank me. She'd say I shouldn't have. She'd say I shouldn't have. She'd say, I told you to leave me alone, dummy. But then I just shake my head in response. It's nothing. I was just doing what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to. No. I gotta come up with something cooler. It's nothing. I'll need to think about. Wait. Why is she in the hospital? Do I hope Ira ends up in the hospital? Jeez, of course not. I don't need it. I don't need my freaking testimony to save her. I hope my testimony is useless because she's already or is calling home, telling her parents how happy she is with the love of her life. Again, still assumptions. We don't know for sure if that's the case. That's what I hope for. That's what I hope for. I just keep having stupid thoughts today. Relatable. At least I know what I should do now. I've made my decision. I'm going to the teacher's office. No, for sure. Where was it again? I doubt they expect anyone to come. I probably look kind of silly. Wouldn't be the first time. Yeah. Well, who cares? True. I mean, this whole game is going to be about who cares? Who cares? Shut up! Walking, walking. Down the staircase, to the right, down the hall. There, that's a teacher's office. Oh, a girl. There's a girl standing there, right by the door. I think I've seen her before. Is she an upperclassman? Our town is really tiny, and so is our school. If I were a better person, I would know her name. Hmm? She turns to look at me. I'm not sure what she is expecting, so I nod a little. Okay. Mental stick. Where is my mental stick? There's my mental stick. Okay. Gonna place my mental stick. So I nod a little. Um, is there a way? A way? To the office. Oh. Okay. Hang on a bit. I'm just untangling my earphones right now. Oh. Oh no. I'm just waiting for someone. Okay. Hey, what? You're Asya. You're Asya, right? Hmm. Ah, yes. How do you know? Ah, hmm. That's kind of a loaded question. Hmm. How do we know anything? Er, I mean, it's not like we have lots of faces to remember here. Very interesting choice of words. You know me too, right? Um, sorry. Really? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's not that I don't care to remember everyone's names. I just don't know where other people get them from. They say that in the they say that in tiny cities like this, everyone knows each other, but that's just not true. We learn about the people outside, our immediate circle, through gossip or common friends. Okay. But I haven't made any new ones since the day Tasha left. Interesting. And gossip. Sure, sometimes I overhear my classmates chatting about this and that, but I don't like listening to them. I don't like their voices. So I try not to pay them too much attention. Wait, when I put it like that, it can it kind of does sound like my fault. My point is when people regurgitate that idea of everyone knows everyone, the word everyone doesn't include. Yeah, the name's Marina. Hello, Marina. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. You got something to share about Gojebskaya? How do you know? What do you mean how? We had an announcement, same as you. They told us to report to the teachers and all. Ah, ah, I see. For some reason, I thought that they only broke the news to us, Ira's classmates. But it makes sense that they at least gave the upperclassmen a heads up, just in case they just in case they happen to know her. Which means you also know something about Ira. Yep. Ah, that's great. So you talked to the teachers already? Sure did. Wow. Um, and what did you tell? What did you tell them? I'm gonna imagine this into like Edgeworth waggling the finger. Because funny enough, it's also in the intro. That's between me and the investigation. Sure, Marina Edgeworth. You can't just spot info like that out in the open, Asya. Okay. The wall's got ears. True. Oh. Yeah, someone might eavesdrop. I understand. Sorry. Okay, well, you don't have to apologize. Crap, crap. I'm making an awful first impression. Not only did I not know her name, like I was supposed to, but now I look like I don't know the first thing about vigilance. Who am I kidding? I really don't. Uh, um, I'll just go in then. Marina suddenly blocks my path. No, you won't. I'm sorry? You're not telling them anything. Anything. She gestures with her finger to the back of each syllable. Um, why? Because a bad feeling stirs up in my chest. Please don't tell me it's gonna be the same thing as my classmates. It's just because I acted rude. I didn't mean to. Well, I never mean to. I just can't help it, can I? We just met, and I've already managed to mess everything up. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! I desperately search her face for signs of honor, but weirdly I can't find any. I've been waiting for you. Huh? Surprise? Of course I am. No, wait. It has to be some stupid ruse. I'm going to believe this girl, and then she'll just laugh in my face about it. I'm serious. Ira told me about you. Really? Yeah. Oh gosh, they talk about me. Wow. I'm shocked Marina is being as friendly as she is, considering the kind of description Ira could give. Wait, does this mean she is a friend of Ira's? For some reason, I never thought about her having any. At least that's not at school. That was really presumptuous of me. I wonder what Ira is like when she's with friends. Don't know. I know you saw her yesterday. Exclamation exclamation point, that's triple. I figured you'd want to report it. So I ran here as soon as classes ended. I guess it'd be easier to catch you between lessons, but I got so caught up in all of those stupid rumors. It kind of slipped my mind. She knows, but hey, what matters is that it all worked out. Is that it all worked out? Um. So why are you stopping? So why are you stopping? Why are you stopping me? Uh huh. Well, Marina looks around the empty corridor before lowering her voice. If you tell them about yesterday, you'll make everything worse. Huh? Let's not talk about this in front of the office, okay? Come on, let's go. She takes a step back and beckons me with her hand. I'm not sure what she has in mind, but it doesn't seem like a prank. Yeah, still, wait. I know Ira's probably fine, but isn't it better to play it safe? The faster we share all we know, the faster we share all we know it everyone day. Quiet, you. That's area music. I just said that we shouldn't talk about this stuff where the adults can hear. Ah! Marina grabs my hand and starts dragging me down the corridor. She's not exactly being quiet. She's not exactly being quiet either. All of my stumbled protests sound so weak. They might as well be white noise to the other girl. Yes, I spent half the day doubting whether I should report along. So what? I carefully examined my options and came to my own conclusion. I deserve to see it too. I deserve to see it though. I deserve to testify. Triple nuts. But some part of me is relieved that the ultimate choice was made for me. I mean, that silly gut feeling I thought I overcame. With reason has come out on top. So there was something to it in the end. Alright. So I was right. My heart was right. Sure, I can't actually know that, since I'm yet to hear what Marina has to say. But this can be pure chance, can it? And if it's not, what does it actually hinge on? Did Marina show up because the world needed to stop me for the sake of something more important? Or did Marina show up because I subconsciously wished for something, for anything to stop me? Whatever it was, I guess I don't mind this after all. Hmm, I think I'll stick to the grander narrative angle for the time being. The world bending itself to the will of some worthless gnat is a preposterous idea. I mean, that's a true thing. But it wouldn't be for the first time for me. It wouldn't be the first time for me, would it? Likely. And the fact that the world, for any reason, has decided to guide me towards the right path. I know about that. That's so endlessly sweet. That's so endlessly sweet. Down the stairs to the lobby to the cold room. I don't resist anymore. Marina drags me along, and I can feel my dog turning to excitement. It is definitely the right path. The girl knows about Ira. This girl knows about Ira. I want to know more about Ira too. This whole wide world wants me to know. Directed by never mind. Episode 1. Ira. Alright. Uh, what the hell is your problem? Everyone is looking from Ira, to Garen, to the chair that just crashed on the floor next to the boy, barely missing him. Ah, huh? Kachevskaya? The frick? Is she insane? Somebody call the teacher. Not paying not paying any mind to the commotion that has filled the classroom. Ira storms towards Garen. Her face is contorted with rage. Before he can react, she rips the notepad from his hand and slams it on my desk. I hastily grab onto it. Read that again and I'll kick your teeth in. Huh? Are you nuts? Ira doesn't respond. For a second, she just glares at him, then turns around and stomps back to her desk. The classmates who were caught up in a laughing fit just a moment ago are now watching her in silent bewilderment. They scoot out of her way as she retrieves her bag, then heads towards the door. Crazy biatch. She ignores him. Ah, Kachevskaya, where are you going? Triple dots. Bump. Hey! Ira forcefully pushes past the teacher. You! Kachevskaya! What? What do you think you're doing? Your parents will hear about this. Her dread falls on deaf ears. Are you sure? Everyone knew Gretchemskaya. She's always been like that, I think. No, not throwing chairs around. Ira had no regard for the rules that everyone's supposed to follow. I guess they call someone like her a problem child. Is delinquent a slang? Her parents got a lot of flack for it. Damn. It's only normal in a town like ours. Not just because of its small size, but because of its, let's say, exclusivity. Vorkuta prides itself on its virtually non-existent crime rate. All right, let me save here. Then. That's a natural consequence of nobody being allowed to enter or exit without a permit. I see. You're lucky to be here. To have a salary higher than the national average. To have access to goods people in the neighboring towns can't even dream of. Few get afforded such a privilege, okay? Last time I checked, our population hasn't even hit 6,000, 6K. Okay, there it is, a term. So when someone like Ira appears on this tiny society's radar, she's not just seen as a delinquent. She's a puzzling stain on a community that's meant to be spotless. Interesting. Like a weed that sprouted in a painstakingly maintained flower garden. Guess that's one way to describe it. Of course, it's not as if she had appeared out of thin air. It's all in the family, they say. The blame falls on on the people responsible. That is, on Ira's parents. And the questions begin to arise. Why is Krajewski's daughter behaving like this? Is there trouble at home? Uh, do they believe this is acceptable? Do they not teach her this? Do they not teach her discipline? Do they not understand how fortunate they are? They've been granted so much, yet they can do the bare minimum in raising their own child. Do they really want to be here? Do we want them to be here? I've heard a lot of talks like that. I've heard more after Ira threw the chair at Gary. I didn't get why. Everyone just having fun. Everyone was just having fun. And it was my fault for bringing the notebook anyway. I was hoping to write a little in the library once school was done. But my bag slipped and all of the contents scattered on the floor. Of course, they would get curious about it. Of course, they want to read the silly things I wrote. It's not a big deal. It's not like I've ever taken poetry or drawing very seriously. Those are just fun distractions, nothing more. If people laugh, well, what's it matter to me? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't, but I still wanted to thank Ira somehow. Or Ira, I guess. She rarely shows up to school. And even when she does, she can just leave at random. I couldn't get a hold of her for a long time because of that. Well, that. And also, I was really scared. Ira has never as much as looked at me. Even when she lashed out at Garen, it wasn't like I weren't even there. But 2 weeks after the incident, it finally happened. We crossed paths. I went to the bathroom during some lesson. I think it was math. I came in through the door. And there she was, blowing white smoke through the half-open window. I didn't even know she was at school. Oh, hi. Ira shot me a disinterested look. Triple guts. Hi. I awkwardly scuttled past her to one of the stalls. After closing the door, I realized I was so nervous I couldn't do any of my business. So I just sat there thinking about how I should approach her. It's not like I had some long conversation or formalities. I just wanted to say thanks in theory, and I just wanted to say thanks in theory. It should have been easy, understandable. But wouldn't that make me look like a weirdo too? Assuming she did all of that for me. All of that for me. That would just make me look self-centered. Kind of understandable, to be honest. I had no idea how much time had passed while I was in the stall. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 20 seconds. But when I heard what sounded like her getting off of the windowsill, I swung open the door. Wait! Uh huh. Uh. I froze up. She stood next to the window, bag in hand. The cold draft wafted through her hair. I had to say something. I got this rare chance. The world gave me this rare chance to tell her what I wanted. But what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Thank you. After I just stumbled out of a toilet stall. What? Uh, she raised an eyebrow. I just stood there with my mouth helplessly open. So if I just got mute, as if every word in the Russian dictionary got wiped from my brain. Also, so far the character designs are really cool. I mean, this character got armor. That's one thing for sure. Triple dots. Whatever. No, wait. Please. I took a step towards her, and she jolted away like I were a leopard. I didn't know what I should say or ask. I just knew I had to say something, even if it was the first thing that popped to mind. What? What the hell do you want? Isn't it cold? Huh? The the windowsill. I sat smoking there, right by the window. Right by the window. I thought. Weren't you called like that? Huh? She blinks. Not really. Triple dots. Triple dots. Maybe a little. Ah, that's so. Triple dots. Triple dots. Anything else? No, no. Yes, I am. I'm sorry that you got in trouble. Huh? Well, I figured you. I heard you got into a lot of trouble after that. You know, when Garen read my stupid poetry. I'm sorry for that. Triple dots. She eyed me for several seconds, which to me felt like a felt to me which to me felt like an eternity. She then sighed and slowly flipped her hair back. And why are you apologizing? That had nothing to do with you. Huh? Oh well, I guess not. His voice was getting on my nerves. Triple dots. I see. I looked down at the tiled floor. I knew that was the case, of course. It's not like I was hoping Ira jump in to defend my honor, or anything of the sort. I wanted to take her regardless of intent. But no matter how hard I thought and tried to word it, everything just came out sounding awkward or wrong. I can relate. Why does this always happen? The soles of her boots squeak against the floor. She spun around and walked towards the door, and this time I made no attempt to stop her. Your poetry isn't stupid. Slam. Triple Lutz. I stood there dumbfounded. Did you just say that? Did I hear it right? Your poetry isn't stupid. Does that mean she likes it? Ira likes my poetry. Don't know about that. Ira Gretchevskaya. Yeah. It's funny because like it says Gretchevsky before, right? Gretchevskaya. Now here's Gretchevskaya. The bell rang and snapped me out of my short term stupor, I guess. My short term stupor. I shook my head. Right. I needed to get back to the classroom. I doubted Ira was going to be at the next lesson. I washed my hands from nothing in particular. Weeks passed. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons. Then went to the store. Then to the library or for a walk. And then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Huh? My notebook. I just left to get a snack from the cafeteria. Where did it go? Oh, Shubina. We borrowed your homework for a second. You don't mind, right? Dribble nuts. It's fine. Thanks. By the way, is this supposed to be you? He lips a scrap of paper up to me. Oh no. I forgot I left it in there. No. It's just a drawing. Yeah? You sure? It really looks like you it really looks like you if you were pretty. It's not me. Whatever you say. Triple dots. Sometimes my classmates joke around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare to ask. Something told me she'd say, none of your business if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I started doing it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets, killing time. I'm going to have already early theories. What if Ira is just a concept? Time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bump into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to say, you even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. Yep, kind of like breaking a time loop. Not really though. It's embarrassing to think about it now. But ah, Ira. She just walks past me in the corridor. Not even a nod, not even a look in my direction. I guess I don't exactly stand out in a crowd, but no, it's my fault for mumbling. It's my fault for mumbling. I should have spoken louder. Even though it took all of my courage just to muster that much. Even though I think, even though I think, I definitely think she should have heard it. Hey, Vadim, what? Um, remember when I gave you 50 copics? Can I have it back? Huh? 50 copics? When was that again? Last Friday? Jesus. You remember things like that. Triple Lutz. Can I have it back? Man, I don't even remember taking it. You sure you're not making this up? Maybe you gave it to someone else. I. No, it was you. Jeez. I don't freaking know. It's half a rubble, Shubina. Who gives a shite? Yeah, why do you care so much? So petty. Probably you probably just lost it or something. Triple nuts. My eyes keep snapping to the doorway. It's empty, of course. What am I waiting for? Even if she showed up, what would she do? Mug him in front of everyone. that would be really funny. Hey, stop thinking that. Maybe he really did forget. Who knows? I really shouldn't be upset. It's not that much. You could go grocery shopping with that, but it's not the end of the world. I'm not exactly starving. Lately, I've been eating too much junk, anyways. Yeah, same here, anyways. To be honest, in reality, maybe if I eat, maybe if I eat less of this stuff, my skin will clear up. That would be nice. Asha, you don't use makeup at all, right? No, I don't. We're not allowed to though. What are you saying? They allowed it last year. Oh, really? Somebody's gonna send you home for it. Uh-huh. Oh, that's good, I guess. These girls rarely talk to me. They're usually pretty nice, though. At least when they're not joking along with guys. I think one of them likes Vadim. She laughs a lot whenever he says anything to me. I suppose we have very different senses of humor. But you never tried it before, yeah? Makeup? No, never. Seriously? You're like 15 already. 14. Same thing. You gotta learn to do it at some point. Especially with that complexion. Well, I'm not really. Hey, how about we help you out? Huh? Yeah, just some light makeup. You'll see what it's like. I I don't know. Come on, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Uh, um, alright, but yay. Come here then. I don't think people do unpleasant things on purpose. Nobody wakes up in the morning with the goal to make somebody feel bad. Yeah, I really believe that. If someone is doing hurtful, they don't fully understand it. So I shouldn't wish bad things on people who don't really know they're being mean. I shouldn't wish for Ira to appear and interrupt them, or to scream at them, or punish them, or anything. I can still hear everyone laughing as I ran out to the corridor. I'm covering my face. I don't need any teacher seeing me like that. At least the toilet's closed, so I can wash this mess off quickly. Ugh. I should stop falling for these pranks, but... Bump. Ah, so sorry. I lit my face up without thinking. Oh no. Ah, the hell? Ira jerks away from me. I can't blame her. I must look like an insane person. Yeah, I look awful. God. I... I can't handle her looking at me like that. I'm sorry. Uh-huh. I ran past her. Run, run, run. I just need to get to the restroom. I just need to wash it off. After about a month, reality had dawned on me. I kept telling myself that Ira's action had nothing to do with me. She told me that much, and in no uncertain terms. She said that, and I kept repeating it again and again, and again and again. But I didn't believe it. On some level, I still held on to I still held on to the faint hope that Ira pitied me, that she cared about me, pitied me, that she cared about me for God knows what reason. No, really. What was the reason? Her lashing out, her lashing out at a classmate she found annoying, one who just so happened to make fun of me. Her not joining. Her telling me she liked my writings. She didn't even say that much. She said they weren't stupid. Oi. Hmm? 3 coins clink against my desk. 20. 20. 10. So I remembered. There. Thanks for the unforgettable night. Everyone around erupts in snickers. Hey, you're a cheap deal. Yeah, free later? Haha. Very funny. Oh, please, Shubina, get a sense of humor. Your face is dragging down the class morale. Haha. That's right. You're doing us all a disservice. Think of your classmates for once. Said it? Yeah. Man. Well, welcome to the class anyway. To the asshole classroom. Where you play as the main character who get bullied. I let myself believe something would change. I thought about it as if I deserved it. As if I didn't have enough. As if I didn't have it good enough before. As if my life had any real problems. I was just being greedy, plain and simple. Getting my hopes up over some silly confidence. Some silly coincidence. It's also stupid, I can't help but laugh. And that's okay. I know better now. I was being ridiculous. It's shameful to admit to, but better late than never, right? I got a little too caught up in my own little world. And hey, even if they didn't amount to anything, I can still appreciate those little encounters with Ira for what they were. Brief but wonderful moments. I could reminisce. I could reminisce fondly about the one time I walked out and saw Karen all scared and confused, or that one time somebody gave my work a compliment, backhanded as it was. I could do that because everyone does that. Everyone has those little things that they look back on with a smile. It's beautiful in its own way, is it not? Our whole lives are a series of episodes, both good and bad. That's true. It doesn't matter if they grow into a bigger story. Yeah, because each moment has a lot of merit of its own. Has a lot of merit of its own. It's something I should learn to be content with. That's true. It's something I've been perfectly content with until now. I can't say for now. No. Probably wishing for something more, right? Even more. Like a better ending. Until I until I decided that what I had wasn't enough. Speaking objectively, what is there to complain about? No, seriously. I live in the prettiest part of of our vast country. I have a comfortable roof over my head and even my own room. I have two living parents. I have wonderful hobbies to enjoy, paper to write on, books to read, TV to watch. TV to watch. I buy myself treats almost every day after I'm done with school. I have good grades, and teachers tell me I have great potential. My classmates also recognize how studious I am. I help them with their studies when they ask me to. That's right. I've got classmates that I can always talk to. Guys I can laugh along with, even if their jokes don't always land. Even if my sense of humor isn't the best. All of this, I have all of this. Right here, right now. Everything that a girl my age could ever ask for. So why did I ask? As if that weren't enough. Because you're not getting anything good at all. Why the hell did... Okay. Why the hell did I even... There you go. You idiot. Huh? What? Why the hell do you always go along with some bullshit? Bullshit. I'm so... Ira looks like she's going to slap me, but instead swings her boot against a snow hill. She then turns to me and starts roughly swiping clumps of snow stuck to my coat. My whole body feels slightly numb. When I start to speak, my voice comes out weaker than expected. Ira, I didn't know I was here. Doesn't matter. I heard that asshole Garen giggling about it. Can you stand? Yeah. I clumsily get up. My limbs feel rigid. I know you shouldn't sit on concrete when it's cold. I wouldn't normally. But there was nowhere else to sit near the school's back entrance. And my legs were starting to get tired. I half-heartedly shake the snow off my skirt and tights. The flakes fall gently on the ground below. Triple Lutz. I look at Ira. Her face is... Huh. The word concern flashed in my head, But I've already learned I'm no good at judgments like that. I shouldn't be presumptuous. It's a bad habit of mine. I shouldn't flatter myself. I shouldn't. But the question escapes before I manage to cut myself short. Um, so why are you here? What do you mean why? I told you, I told you, Karen was bragging about slipping you that stupid letter. No, that's not what no, that's not what I'm talking about. Hmm? Well, uh, this doesn't have anything to do with you, doesn't it? Does it? As soon as I say that, as I say that out loud, I realize I messed up. I really did. Now she's going to punch me. Ira's going to punch me for her. She's going to punch me and then never speak to me again. I don't even say sorry. I just brace myself for the incoming blow. Physical or verbal, I don't care. I've earned it. No, not really. Triple dot question mark. It doesn't concern me at all. It's just annoying. Is that so? Yeah, it pissed me off. And you pissed me off too. Uh, I don't freaking get you. You knew it wasn't real. There's no way you believe that, right? Triple nuts. Triple nuts. Right? I didn't believe it. Triple nuts. I'm not that stupid. I looked down at the moist and crumpled leather I forgot I was still holding. It's the oldest trick in the book. I love letter prank. Really? Who would fall for that? I stared at that shriveled piece of paper, and something about its whole existence feels extremely sad to me. You wanna burn it? Huh? I have matches. Oh, no thanks. It's wet anyway. I fold the letter and shove it into my pocket. It will get damn inside, but I don't care. I can throw it away. A fake confession is still a confession in the end. Those words didn't choose to be written insincerely. It's okay. Even if this whole thing isn't real. I met Ira today. Ira came. After all these weeks of praying. Ira came. Thank you. Huh? I smiled at her. Even after I said, even after I said I had come to terms with it. No. Right as I was, right as I was, as I was saying it to you, to myself, to the whole world, I knew that I was lying. I couldn't throw it. I couldn't throw away that last dumb scrap of hope I had. A small involuntary thought that crept into my mind. Whenever I felt slightly lonelier than usual. Whenever I felt slightly lonelier than usual. Even if it took so long, she finally came. I I didn't do anything really. Ah, flustered. Ira's flustered. Is she flustered? Really? Haha. Haha. That's cute. That's just so cute. Huh? What's with you? Alright. I'm grinning like an idiot. I'm grinning like an idiot. So sorry. I'm fine. Whatever. I'm going home. Huh? Already? Ira gives me a quick once over. You. Take care. Huh? Yeah, okay. Bye bye. We wave at each other and I watch her disappear behind the corner. I hesitate. Maybe I shouldn't. Feels like there's still so much I want to say to her. I don't know what or why, but I just know that it's a lot. I turn and walk a couple steps in the direction of my home. No, change my mind. I run back. Crap. My legs are my legs are still so stiff. I turned the same corner Ira passed not even a minute ago. And she's already gone. I sigh. The snow here isn't deep enough to leave clear footprints. Not that I'd be desperate enough to follow. Huh? Why does she always leave in such a rush? It's okay. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then went to the library, or for a walk, and then, when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joke around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, "None of your business if I did." So, and she'd be right. So this is still the same dialogue anyway. Okay, but even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Alright. Not just when I was being laughed at. Okay, this one is I think different now. I did it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets, killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes, and as naive as it was to be, as naive as it was to be that way, I kept doing it again and again, walking and walking, praying and praying. Do you arseholes ever shut up? Huh? This batch. Nobody saw Ira enter the class. Everyone was too busy whistling and laughing. Ah, and she caught me in a really dumb pose. Well, that's on me. I wouldn't have chosen. I wouldn't have chosen there if I knew she'd see me like that. So choosing truth when playing with these guys. I'm not sure what's worse. Oh well. I'm saying all this, but I got what was coming to me. I chose to embarrass myself, and as I did so, I kept begging, wishing as hard as I could for Ira to appear. And so she did. And now, despite the overwhelming shame, I feel so happy that I might explode. That I might explode. Ira walks to her desk, barely paying me, barely paying me a passing glance. All the boys scared out of her way. Only Garen doesn't. Triple butts. Move. Nah. What's the rush? Dribble nuts. Come play with us soon. Huh? Haha. Dude, you serious? Dribble nuts. Come on. Have some fun for a change. Look, Shubina's having fun. Right, Shubina? Please don't look. Uh, yes. See? Here doesn't flinch. Out of my way. Or what? Gonna throw a chair at me? Dribble nuts. To everyone's surprise, Ira calmly puts her bag on the nearest desk. She starts digging through it without saying a word. Karen lets out an awkward chuckle. What? Got a grenade in there or something? She looks at him. Hmm? What? Shh. Whoa. Karen jumps back, bumping into another student. What the frick? Everyone shifts away. What was that? Huh? What the hell? You. Something silvery shines in Ira's hand. It's a bow compass. Bow compass. Dribble nuts. Is that? You serious? She doesn't say anything. The room fills with low murmurs that quickly turn into jeers. Psycho, nutcase, crazy biatch. Tia lowers the compass and makes her way to her desk, looking unbothered. Ah, it's just like that. It's just like the last time. Ira saves me without acknowledging my existence. Maybe some onlookers. No, most people would think she didn't plan on helping me at all. And that's what I'm inclined to think as well. Yet, an unreasonable heart is still elated, and I'm getting some really silly thoughts. The two times when Ira lashed out at Garen were the two times she saw him laughing at my expense. That can be a coincidence, right? Of course it can. It was only two times. Two times and weeks apart. You'd be an idiot to think otherwise. I. Yes, I guess you're right. It's the only logical train of thought. I should agree. I would agree. If only I didn't do anything really. Alright. Let me save here. Probably a good time to save there. If only Ira didn't show up that day. It's been 2 weeks since then, and I haven't stopped replaying that moment in my mind. Over and over and over and over and over. I didn't get sad about Ira ignoring me at school or anywhere anymore. Because in that moment, I got all the justification I could ask for. It was everything that I could have hoped for. It will nuts, but I'm still a very greedy person. And it's still not good enough. I still kept looking for her when I'm out. It's almost ridiculous how hard it can be to catch a person in a town this small. So at some point, I started to wonder, I saw my classmates regularly just out and about, strolling along the main street, at the courtyards, at the community center, at the store, at the cafe. They weren't hard to run into, but it was as if Ira spent all of her free time at home. Which could be the case, but didn't sound like something she would do. From what I heard, and could assume, she didn't have the best relationship with her parents. Spending hours on and in a home like that every day. No, I really doubt that. The other more probable option was that she preferred outskirts. Maybe she didn't want to be bothered. That sounded like her. Well, despite that being highly likely, I was hoping to do just that. Bother the heck out of her. Haha, I felt almost brave about it. Ira could totally get this. She could push me away. She could even attack me. Well, triple nuts. But for some reason, I really didn't think she would. Ah, my breath halted. Oh, hey. Hi. The vents near the institute expel hot air. Nobody really goes here, aside from the staff coming out for a smoke. I never run into any, but the ground here is littered with cigarette butts. So that's a safe bet in my book. Why is Hira here, of all places? Triple dots? Again? Hmm? How many times can you buy into stupid pranks? They seriously sent you all the way here. What? Ah, no. I didn't get any letters after that. I'm just taking a stroll. A stroll? Here? Yeah, yes. Triple dots. Okay. Hira gives me an incredulous look. Do you like smoke? No, I don't. Why? It's a smoking area. Ah, yes. I know that. Triple dots. You wanna try then? What? Smoking? Hmm. Hmm. No, thank you. Okay. She shrugs. Huh. Awkward start. Okay. There's like a lot of questions already. Considering like, yeah. Huh, awkward. Well, awkward start. I can let it here. I can let it end here. I need to just um and what about you, Ira? What about me? Why are you here? Are you at the institute? Triple dots. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. My mom works here. She forgets her lunch sometimes. Oh. Oh. You bring her lunch? That's what I said. That's so sweet. Huh? I mean, um, it's really nice you look out for your mom. It's whatever. It's not. I know it's not. With all I've heard about her family, the fact that she still goes out of her way like that, it's really amazing. The thought of doing something like that for my parents has never crossed my mind. I mean, if I were told to deliver something, I would. But Ira's different. She wouldn't do something just because she was ordered to. She she'd have to really care about it. Haha, crap. That proves it. Ira and I weren't cut from the same cloth. Yeah, there might be something a little bit more going on the scenes, you know. When I spend my days looking for excuses to stave off the minute I have to come home, Ira is cooking, packing lunch, and carrying it to the edge of the town. Into the edge of town. That goes against everything I've heard. But it makes so much sense. That's why I never see her on the street. That's why she doesn't have the time to sit at a cafe. That's why she doesn't idle away at the community center. That's why she's such a caring person. That's why I'm such a piece of that's why I'm such a piece of trash. No. She only said her mom forgets her lunches sometimes. Lunches are prepared in advance. It doesn't take long to get to the institute, even if you walk from the other side of town. Yes, that's true. Yep. She'd still have plenty of spare time. This doesn't work. This explanation doesn't work. Ira walks back into the building. Do I really need an explanation? It's not my business. I'm not so delusional as to believe we're close enough to share something like that. That'd be nice, but it's not how things work. Things work like this. When Ira's in the room, Karen doesn't talk to me as much. When she isn't, I wish she would be. Your friend's not here today. Who? Who do you think? Oh, he's not really my friend. You're a pitbull then. Pitbull? Hey, that's Palan. Can make a harmless joke around that chick without her throwing a conniption fit. It's annoying as shite. Triple nuts. They think we're friends. Well, not really. It looks like they pick up on it. On Ira reacting like that to me being used as a laughing stock. So it wasn't just me. It's not just my wishful thinking. Haha, that's nice to hear. Even if I still don't know for sure. It's the most comforting thing I've heard out of Garen's mouth to date. At least she barely shows up. Yeah, they'll probably kick her out before New Year's with that attendance record. Good riddance. Triple nuts. That's right. Mira could possibly be meeting the minimal attendance requirements. I don't know about her grades, but wait, I don't think they can expel her. Huh? Why not? We're the only school in town. Where else is she going to go? Damn. Good point. Phew. Well, her parents can just send her away. You mean to another town? Yeah, to a relative or something. Huh? No. Oh man, now that you say that. Everyone, pretend to be surprised when that happens. no, no. I hate how they're right. I hate that I can see that happening. Everyone talks about it. How Ira's a nuisance to her household. It's been like that for a long time. But still, she forgets her lunch sometimes. Ah, that can happen. No. It can't. It's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair. I can't send her away. Man. Man, I felt this plot recently. It is like 15 parts, I would still say. She can go. She's so nice. She cares. She does. Maybe not for me, but for her family. Why would they send her away? That's just too cruel. They can't do that. If they do, then it will all be over. If they do, then I won't. They will not. We just started. I don't know what. I can't even call it talking. I don't know what is, but it doesn't matter. Even if she just tolerates me, even if she doesn't want anything to do with me, I don't care. This can't happen. This basically cannot happen. I raise my head and look out through the window. The snow is falling lightly on the yard. The dark pine branches sway under its weight. The long gray clouds glide placidly across the tundra, far past the fences, past the mountain ridge, so far away that I can't picture it, so far away that my mind circles twice around the earth and comes back to the spot I'm sitting in. This world is way too gentle. It's been too kind to an ungrateful brat like me. So, if I've earned this world's good graces, why can't a person so much more deserving do the same? What does a person like that have to do? And is there anything that I can do? Triple dots. A bird flies past the window. Ira. What? I'm really using up all of my luck these days. Ira sits smoking in the girl's bathroom, just like she did when I first talked to her. Some snowflakes blow into the room and stick in her hair. Um, it's getting colder. Maybe you shouldn't sit so close. Triple dots. Uh, I I know you don't like going to classes much, but can really get can really get kicked out like that. Triple dots. Is that why you came here? To tell me that. I know that. I'm not stupid. I don't think you are. Do you just really not care? Triple dots. Everyone says that you'll get sent away. And your parents will send you to live with to live with a relative. Is that true? Probably, yeah. Uh, of course it's true. I knew it was true when I asked the question. Maybe, maybe if you just clean up. If you stop skipping now, then maybe you won't have to go. They have their own life, please. And if you're having a hard time with studies, I can help. You could go to library or something, and then there's 1 month left. Triple dots. It's not gonna work. Triple dots. I get it. My voice is shaking. It's better if I keep staring at my shoes. It's okay. That's about what I expected. Of course I knew it's pointless to cram at this point. It was just an excuse. A selfish ploy to get some scraps of Ira's time before she goes. I wonder, did they do the same when Tasha moved away? It's only been 3 years. But now that I think back to it, it's also hazy. I was a very different person then, I'm sure. At least I probably didn't humiliate myself like this. Hey, hmm? Thanks. Uh, no, I didn't do anything. It was a dumb suggestion. It was nice of you. Haha, nice. Right. She doesn't know. She thinks I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. It's just not fair. She really is too good of a person. Are you not going to the toilet? Oh. Um Actually since you're here. Have you seen anyone hiding a diary nearby? Diary? Yes. You know, the one we use for classes. Maybe you've seen something like that lying around. Mira's expression darkens. Don't worry, we were just playing a game. I guess the guys got a little carried away. I've checked the whole class and the corridors. It's probably somewhere really obvious, but I'm just so good at that kind of stuff. When I hid Igor's pencil case, they found it right away. She throws the cigarette butt out of the window and hops up the windowsill. Without saying a word, Ira storms past me, and I grab onto the edge of her dress, just as about just as she's about to leave. Wait, I said it's fine. We're playing a game. Really? Dribble nuts. Please. Don't get into more trouble because of me. I wasn't going to. Huh? I have an idea where it is. It was Garen, right? No, Shurikov. Same difference. She walks out of the corridor. I tag behind. I'm not sure what place Ira has in mind, but it becomes immediately clear when she makes a sharp turn to the right. Wait, serious? She swings open the door to the boys' restroom and loudly marches in. Ah! Some poor guy tumbles out, almost colliding with me. Ah! Sorry. Very sorry. He turns and shakes his head at me in disbelief. I mean, what's there to say? What's there to say? I follow Ira to the bathroom. Ah, it smells so much worse in this one. I look around and see Ira's hand reaching above one of the stalls. Ah, there it is. My diary. Right by the tiny window at the top. Ira steps on the toilet bowl. Please be careful. I'm fine. She grabs onto the flush tank, secured way above. Then, using it as an anchor, she reaches for the windowsill. Catch. Pap. Pap. I clasp the diary in my hands. It's really been here all along. I look up at Ira, who's now awkwardly trying to get down. Oh, Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Ah. Bam. Ira almost loses her balance, but jumps just in time. The ball makes a loud clang as she hops off. Whoa. Are you okay? Yeah. Uh, let's get out of here. You think it's broken? Triple nuts. No, I didn't see anything. Huh? But why would I be in a men's toilet? Why would I be in a men's toilet? Gross. Triple nuts. Damn, she's so cool. Ah, I see. Thank you again. Hmm. I I didn't know it would be in the boys' room. You think Shurik will go into the ladies' room? No. I actually I suspected they put it there. I just didn't have the courage to enter. Yeah, well that's you can't keep doing this. I know. I should have checked there from the start. Instead of running around the whole school like a no. You can't keep going along with it. Triple nuts. It was just a game. It wasn't. No, really. You're just playing around. Bullshit. Exclamation point nuts triple. You know damn well what they're doing. They're not your friends. I never said they were. Then why don't you tell them to piss off? For once in your life. I can't. You like being a victim that much. Triple nuts. Triple nuts. You. It won't get any better if you keep doing this. It will only get worse. Triple nuts. It's not that bad. And I wouldn't. Triple nuts. I can't. I can't just say something like that to them. I'm sorry. Why the hell not? Well, it wouldn't be right then. For the love of. It's not like I've never tried it before. But when I say something, they just make fun of me. And nothing changes. So freaking what? Who cares what they say? Just don't bother with them. I'm not like you. I can just do that. I can't just do that. I can act like I don't care when everyone's laughing. I can't look people in the eye like that. Triple nuts. And when they go along with it, at least they talk to me. And I know you're okay on your own, but I triple nuts. So what's your plan? Huh? That's it? You're gonna spend the next 3 years like that. Triple nuts. Seriously. She exhales sharply. She doesn't even look annoyed anymore. I get that. I'm also disappointed in myself. Asya. Yes. You know I'm leaving soon. Triple dots. That's right. I understand what she is getting at. The unspoken rule Garen and his friends have been sticking to, holding themselves back when Ira's around. The real cowardly reason I'm so terrified of her going away. I I don't know what to do. Triple dots. Why can't I stop? The hand she's been dealt is much worse than mine. But here I am, whining and clinging to her like a leech. I should be the one helping. I should be the one telling Ira to get her act together. And yet, I can't think of a single thing to give her. Write me a poem. Triple dots. Huh? A poem. Why? Triple dots. What kind of question is that? Because I like him. Oh, they're blushing. Really? Yeah, you like them? You like my poems? Why else would I ask? That's. Thank you very much. I mean, yes, of course. I'll write one up. Do you want it to be something or about something or maybe in a specific meter? I don't care. Anything. All right. I'll think of something then. I'll try. Yeah, you do that. Ira checks her wristwatch. I gotta go. Uh, See you around, I guess. Already? Yeah, alright. See you around. She waves her hand and leaves. I watch her walking down the empty corridor. Empty. I've really stayed in school for way too long. The shadows stretch along the hallway, tall and dark. My heart is pounding. I should get going too. My life didn't exactly change, the same thing. Alright. Here for a while, okay, same thing, same dialogue, day after day. Same thing. Same thing. Same thing. Still attending classes, bad breaks. I never asked where to. I keep imagining scenarios in my head. Not just when I was not just when I being was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school. Also the music is a little chaotic. Or to the store. Or just wandering the streets, killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bump into Ira. Okay, same thing. Ah. Oh. Oh. Ira. Hi. What are you doing here? Ira points to her cigarette. Oh no, I mean, what are you doing at the center? Came to return some books. Oh. So you go to the library? What were you reading? Um, Stuff. You don't want to say. I'm. You won't like it. Huh? Why not? Sure, well, let's. Ira looks like she's really weighing down the pros and cons of exposing me to her taste in literature. Did she read something she shouldn't? Maybe she thinks it's too dark or crass for someone like me. That's kind of unfair though, isn't it? Um, the other week I finished a play. You know, this can be out of context. By Camus. Never read it. It's about a physician trying to save a town from an epidemic. Also, it's a plague that anchor, isn't it? No, just kidding. It's very visceral. But I enjoy it a lot. Not sure I agree with the message though. Yeah? What was it? It was basically it's that evil is an inherent part of life. You can try writing it off, but it will never be for good. Even if we do good things in times of crisis, there will be always be some greater force spiking your guns. Yeah. Yeah, sounds about right. Uh-huh. I guess there are some okay people in the world. But there's a lot more dirtbags. Really? That's a pretty depressing way to look at it. That's how it is. I don't know if I agree. I say I've never met someone I call a dirtbag. Well, you should know now, man. By many of it, you know. You serious? Karen's right there. Karen? Well, it's not that bad. Are you freaking serious? Uh-huh. You know, I agree. I agree with Ira so far for now. Really, I don't think he means it. Um, I'm sure everyone is trying the best they can. Most people wouldn't want to cause anyone pain, right? And actually, I think that's something Camus and I can agree on. Hmm. Yeah, right. If everyone's so nice, where's all that greater evil coming from? You think it's some natural phenomenon? No, of course not. There are things we perceive as painful in the moment. And there are really horrible, awful things happening every day. But I don't think it's right to call them evil. Evil's intentional. Those things don't come from bad intentions. Don't know about that. Sadness, loneliness, misunderstanding, fear. But not evil. There was this famous judge, Dionysius something, from ancient Greece, I think. Anyway, he said evil is not a being. For if it were, it wouldn't be totally evil. Evil has no place among being. Okay. So that person, not evil. I'm not gonna say that. Okay, please. Eh? Um. Uh. That's a rather extreme example, but it's not like he was born that way, was he? I mean, it wasn't his natural quality, I don't think. Evil is always like exposure. That's basically about it. Exposure and influence. So, the point still stands. He grew up and became evil as hell. Evil exists, it's freaking everywhere. Just because there's a reason for it doesn't. Just because there's a reason for it doesn't make it better. Yeah. Of course not. I just don't like when it's described as something omnipresent. Omni what? It's like everywhere. That doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is we aren't born with some big evil force inside us. I doubt the universe is any different. Uh, what? The universe ain't a person. Of course, it's different. Well, yes, it's not. I know that, but it is a kind of being, right? Um, I mean, since every being is pure by default, so it's the universe because it's the idea of being itself, right? And uh, I'm not making sense. I'm not making any sense, am I? You're not. Sorry. It's whatever. About what I'd expect. What does that mean? You're weird. You say weird things. Uh, for a second, I feel a lump rising in my throat. But then I realize something. Ira doesn't look annoyed with me. In fact, it's like she's not repulsed by me. I don't really get it, but it must be nice being able to think that way. You know, you could be one as well, Ira. Nothing weird with by being weird. That's all I can say. And it's normal. Hmm? Like everyone's good deep down. Like nobody would ever hurt someone on purpose. That's a sweet world you're living in. Well, that's how do you do it? If I were you, I'd be angry as hell. But that's true as well. I mean, I also relate to Ira. That's all I can say. Aren't you pretty angry already? Angrier? Well, even angrier. Yes, I'd be 100 times pissed. I'd be 100 times as pissed. Scary. You bet. With a smile, I guess. I imagine throwing throwing 100 chairs. I imagine Ira throwing a beer truck up to fucking van. 100 chairs flying towards a hundred Garens, and it's magnetized. It's homing. Chairs flying, ball compasses swinging. Ira is like a bodhisattva. Is that a Buddhist term or something? Or maybe it's a Russian term. I'm not sure. Dozen of hands. Half are for holy pleasure. Half are for stationary. Yeah, I think it's something like a god, like hekaton car, I guess. Or you can say prayers if you play the Trinity as well. Though hekaton car is also like the name of the name in the remake. Funny enough, like there's also an archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh now as well. However, they fucking ruined it by naming it Heka Hands. A halo of chairs and compasses. A halo drone with a compass. Every new compass draws another halo. Halo 3. 100 more compasses. 100 times more halos. Ira surrounded by 100 halos. We talk for a little while longer. Just idle chatter while she finishes herself. I tell her about some of the books I've recently read. My impressions, my interpretations. I'm not exactly used to sharing those, so my thoughts come out sounding dumb and grumbled. She keeps listening though. Every time I say something, I search Ira's face for signs of boredom. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I can't find anything of the sort. Oh jeez. I feel so happy I might die. Don't say that. I gotta go. She puts out her cigarette butt. Oh, really? Yeah. Plans. Ah, I understand. But some of those novels sounded kinda interesting. I'll check them out if I don't forget. Really? Please let me know if you do. And sorry for that stupid philosophy talk. Can you shut up with the freaking apologies? Unfortunately, I can relate to Asya. I just said thanks. I so yeah, it gives me a look so threatening. I cut myself off. All right. Uh, all right. I hope you enjoyed them. Sure, that's. She nods in approval. Phew. Sure, that's. Oh, and the books I read. Sure, that exclamation point. They're yes. Sure, that's angelic. Okay. Eh? Something with many eyes by Anne Golan. Okay, that's the actual book. And Angelique, the romance series. Yeah, it's it's historical. It's not just lovey-dovey stuff, you know. I I know my mom really liked them. They seem wonderful. I just I never got to reading them, and I didn't really expect you to be into. They're fine. It's not like I'm a huge fan or anything. You want to be lesbian? Hey, you're not. It's just that if you want to read something historical or whatever, they're all right. Uh, okay, I remember that. Ira remembers that as well. Ira looks like she's about to say something else, but then don't turns on her heels and stumps away. See you. Ah, yeah, see you around. Kibolat. Ira disappears down the street. Here she goes again. My body leans against the frigid wall. My legs are weak. We talked. Ira and I really talked. I never would have guessed. It was even nicer than I imagined. And I had no idea. So she likes books like that, huh? Ira likes novels like that. It's so wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. Every new thing I learn about her is more wonderful than the last. I need to meet with her again. I want to talk more. Maybe next time she'll tell me a little more about herself. It kind of feels like I hugged the entire conversation. Now that I think back to it, that was really self-centered of me. I can relate. Next time I'll have to ask Ira more questions. I'll ask her more about the book she likes. Maybe we could talk about movies. I wonder what her favorites are. She also likes romance films. That would be cute. I usually prefer detective films, but I never really enjoy all kinds of. But I really enjoy all kinds of movies. I most of the time no longer that much watch movies anymore in reality, but I would still try to watch again at some point, and maybe even some animes to continue. So if she wanted to watch something, maybe we could even go to the cinema. It could be so much fun. It's been a long time since I've gone there. I need to see her again. She skips even more than she skips even more often than before. No point in keeping up with the classes if you're getting expelled anyway. I guess that's Ira's modus operandi. To some degree, I understand it. And I still wish she showed her face from time to time, if only for one lesson. We probably wouldn't talk even if she did. It's not something we ever do in class, so I don't expect anything in that regard. Just seeing the back of her head would be enough. What's with Asya Shubina? Huh? You're all smiles. Finally taking my advice to heart. Uh, what advice? Not looking like you're about to hang yourself for a change. It's great to see, really. Triple dots. Yes. It is great. We're so proud of you. How about brushing your hair next? That green makes you look like a basket case. Thanks, madam. I'll do that. Triple dots. Hmm. You're welcome. He grabs my English notebook off the table. Payment for my services. His friends chuckle along. I couldn't care less about that. Even though she isn't here today, I don't mind. I know we're going to see each other soon. I'm going to do everything to bump into Ira again. I'll walk the whole town up and down so that we see each other. I'll scour every corner of this place to find her. Perhaps I'm being overly reliant on the universe's kindness. At the end of the day, even if I walk all the possible routes, there's no guarantee I'll run into Ira or Ira. But I want to believe. You gotta believe. No, I'm convinced the world is merciful. So if I try my hardest, maybe my efforts will be rewarded. Tell that to the quote unquote wizards, quote unquote wizards with a white hat. Wizard with a white hat. Of course, it's an entitled way of thinking. But there's so little time left. Too little time. I need to make the most of it. I'll make as many memorable moments as I can while Ira's here. I'll make every encounter count. I'll fill this measly scrap of time with wonderful things. Ira! Hi. Huh? Oh, Jesus, it's you. She sighs with a mixture of relief and irritation. I barely hold in a giggle. I'm so glad to see her. It worked. It worked. It really worked. I spotted Ira between the rows of garages on the edge of town. She was crouching down by the wooden wall, hugging a thermos with one hand and holding a cigarette in another. Actually, this episode might still belong. What are you doing here? What does it look like? Um, Meditating? Triple dots. Wrong answer. Ira shakes her head and looks back at the ground. Huh. The rush of joy that had washed over me when I first noticed her began to dwindle. Now that I take a closer look, I don't think I've seen Ira curled up in this way before. Everything about her posture screams exhausted. But why out here? Um, are you okay? She mutters something. Huh? Ing on me. What was that? I didn't quite catch it. I think she said stop looking. I take a tentative step towards her. But Ira's skull stops me dead in my tracks. Huh? He's spying on me now? Huh? No. No. I was just walking here. At the garage lot. Yeah, yes. She gives me a look of such contempt. It sends a shiver down my spine. I. Why? I, I'm not lying. Really. Yo, nuts. I'm. I always take these walks after school. And going the same route and going the same route gets boring every time. Over time, so I sometimes I go through here. Right through the barracks. Or a couple times. A couple times. I even went to the helipad. You know, the one that's over there. As I speak, I see Ira's expression slowly change from disdain to confusion. Ah, this isn't right. You talked so nicely just a few days prior. Why then? Did she hear something bad about me? From who? I don't think she'd believe a word of Garen's. I mean, I usually stroll along the main street or near the community center. But it'll get colder soon, you know. So it's better to enjoy the outdoors while you can, right? I just keep speaking, hoping she'll stop being mad at me. I need to keep going. I need to keep talking because that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to do with her. I wanted to talk, and so I have to because I can't waste this moment. I can recover from this. I can cheer her up, and we will clear everything up. And she won't think that I'm some creep. I just can't stand it. I can't bear having her glare at me in silence. And you know, the views are really great here on the outskirts. Sky's bigger, and you can see the way to the tundra. What I mean is I didn't think you'd be here. That's a lie. Well, more of a half truth. That's more like it. I hope she'd be here. Like I hope she'd be where I went. It's just that this isn't what I imagine now. Not after our last meeting. Not after everything. Triple nuts. She's just staring at me. For a moment, her eyes soften. And then she closes them, as if just looking at me. And looking at me was wearing her out. She takes a drag and turns away from me. God. Triple nuts. Can I be alone for 5 minutes? Exclamation point, not triple. I'm sorry. Triple nuts. I wait for her to respond with something like, why are you apologizing again? Cut it out. Or even just whatever, it's fine. But she doesn't say anything. Hi. I'm sorry. Triple nuts. Triple nuts. Hi. I'll be going then. A lot of more dots. Goodbye. A lot more dots. Silence. I walk away. I walk away. Cold wind blows in my face. The amounts of snow on garage roofs look smooth and soft. When blizzards hit, they'll get completely buried. I like to have a snow hill form over me too. They look cozy. Say, I can relate to that, to be honest. I wish there's snow in this fucking country. Too bad. It's not. It's not gonna happen. There's only two seasons. Actually, I wonder what Ira carries in her thermos. Carries in her thermos. I guess C would be the obvious answer. But what if she's one of those people that like to have some warm soup with them? That would be cute. I should have asked her about it. I feel like I'm going to cry. I can relate. Hey, you got any plans for New Year's? What plans? I'll be with my folks. No, I mean after that. My sister's going to a party with other upperclassmen. Oh, you serious? Think we could sneak in? No way. I don't want to hang out with her. Man, come on. You're gonna have those older girls there too, right? The ones from grade 10. Oh, I bet Machina will be there. Like she'd talk to you. Hey, you don't know that. I said we're not crashing anything. They won't let us in anyway. Uh, that's true. Where are we going then? Whose place? Mine. We've got Grandma coming over. I can't host. You? Me neither. Met him? No way. That's been. He's kinda tired recently. Yeah, really. Yeah. It's whatever though. Work stuff, I guess. I hear ya. My mom's also out of it. All of the adults are pretty stressed out. Figures. It's the end of the year. Triple dots. Right. It's almost New Year's. It's a shame, but I don't feel festive at all. I'll need to help mom decorate the house. Should I remind her about that? Feels like all of us kind of forgot about the holidays. At least I did. Well, maybe I didn't really forget. The end of the year has been looming in the back of my mind, but not as a cause for celebration. All I could think about were the days counting down to the moment Ira would move away. Ira, she's absent again. I'm not surprised. I just really, I wish that I could clear things up with her. I'm not sure how, but I have to. Maybe I should apologize again. What for? Did I really do something wrong? I guess I've been pretty annoying, but I don't know anymore. I need to think of something that could cheer her up next time we meet. Next time we meet. Will more apologies really got it? No, probably not. You'll just get more annoyed. Right? And maybe a small gift. That might be weird though. And I won't get any more allowance until next week. I'll get any more allowance until next week. What could I even buy with this spare change? Hmm. Maybe a little treat will do. Uh, a waffle. Waffle sounds nice. Would you like a waffle? Ah, What the hell? She's not a freaking dog. Why does my mind always go to some weird place with her? I should shut up. I should just shut up. Focus on something else. It's just so difficult to do these days. Difficult. Musugashi. But I've got to try. Triple nuts. Inhale. You inhale. You breathe in and out. Exhale. You breathe in and out. Triple nuts. There. A little clearer. I see the sidewalk a little bit better. The buildings, the sky, the lights. Everything around is friendly. Everything is beautiful. That's great. Those are great things to look at and think about. Though perhaps I shouldn't breathe so deeply. You can really get sick from this. I don't know. It has been getting colder after all. My usual routes have been getting harder and harder to finish. And it's not just the temperature. The paths on the outskirts get snowed over, so trudging through them tires me out really quickly. That's how cold usually is anyway. It's an easy like sleeping time unfortunately. But most of the time it's also like the very best time to work with. Chill out really quickly. Even the sun can just tire you out anyway. No winds are picking up too. Even when I cover myself up with a scarf, it feels as if my face is being pelted. I'm not meeting anyone out here in this weather. Ah, I should have gone to the library today. What time is it? Maybe I can still make it. It closes at 6, so... No, for sure not. Oh well. They've already begun putting up New Year's decorations. Everything's lined with lights. Oh! And there's a pine tree near the community center. It's so tall. And bare for now. Well, I like it as is. The way that snow rests on its branches makes it look so mighty. Alright. I'm getting a bit of a festive mood. Into a bit of a festive mood. Which the front where it's so prickly then. I look around some more. The streets are empty, save for a couple of adults. Couple of adults I saw walking down to the bar. Hard to imagine there would be a lot of people out on an evening like this. So why have I been meandering around like I've got nothing better to do? Triple dots. Every answer to this is embarrassing. Well, it's already 3 a.m. anyway. The inside of our apartment block is warm and muddy orange. There's an elevator, but then again, it's only 5 floors. Interesting. I make my way upstairs. An idea is forming in my head. Is forming in my head. I would like to say as well, like the backgrounds as well is like pretty also neat. Like there's like variety of colors as well to like to see as well like the mood as well. An idea is forming in my head. An obvious solution to the problem I've been having. It's perfect. I have the perfect plan for the evening. There's our door. It's kind of uninviting. But that's just my opinion. My opinion. I bet Dad's guests find it quite welcome. So judging by how quiet it is. I turn the key and enter. I gently opened the door. The only sound is the faint muttering of the TV coming from the living room. Yes, thank God no visitors today. I hang my wet coat up to dry, take off my shoes, and quietly go down the corridor. Hi, Dad. Hello. I don't even stop to peek into the room. I won't see anything I haven't seen before. At least tonight seems like it will be calm. I wash my hands. When I exit the bathroom, I hear a soft voice from the kitchen. Out with friends again. Mm-hmm. Hi. Mom nods her head, staring in front of her. She's smoking again. I go in and open the window, then turn on the light. She squints from the sudden brightness. You want some tea? I'm setting the kettle. She shakes her head. I sit opposite her and wait for the water to boil. She's not saying anything, and neither am I. It's not awkward per se. I just pick at the oilcloth and spot away the smoke that occasionally drips in my direction. We're both we're both used to this kind of thing in our own way. Even so, I go to my room, and soon as I fill up the teapot, I don't like locking myself in here. I do it every time, and every time I'm swarmed with nasty thoughts. Can't even spend some time with can't even spend some time with your own mother. You run away from her, even though she has it so hard, so hard. You traitor, brat, ungrateful filth. It's the kind of self-flagellation that goes nowhere. I guess I can relate on that as well. Do I think that if I badmouth myself enough, I'll be forgiven? This happens every time and changes nothing. It's pointless. So I direct my attention elsewhere. What was I going to do? What was I? Alright. I pick up a pen and start flipping through my notebooks. Ira asked me to write a poem. Ah, just thinking back to it makes me so giddy. She said it. She told me she liked it. Ira likes my poems. Maybe write a haiku. Nobody has ever said that to me before. Well, Tasha did. But that was years ago. That poem, the one that Garen read. What did she like about it? Maybe I should have asked. Where was it? Ah, that's it.
Сырая черная земля, не обнимай меня так нежно, не рви наряд свой белоснежный и спи спокойно. Только я буду царапаться и биться, а иней пусть себе искрится, и пусть летят по небу птицы, и светит бледная заря.
Okay, here's the Yashva. Oh, damn blackguard. Do not hold me so tenderly. Do not tear your snow white attire, and sleep peacefully. I will scratch and I will heat, but frost will still glimmer, and birds will still fly across the sky, and the pale dawn will still shine. Alright, can we read that on the log? Unfortunately not. That was so fast. That is still kind of fast. I mean, it's still readable pace. Ah, it's so lame. I can't blame them for laughing. If anything, Garen was too nice. But at least she liked it. For some freaking reason, Ira liked it. So maybe it's not all bad. Maybe I can make something worthwhile. At least worthwhile in Ira's eyes. Or Ira's eyes. That's all I really need. She got angry at me the last time I saw her. I don't know why. I mess up a lot. I really mess up a lot. I doubt she was a bad mood. She was a bad mood because of me. But I definitely didn't help. But now I will. Maybe if I do this, she won't be mad anymore. She won't be so mad anymore. I've been really trying since that day. The day she helped me with the diary. I've been trying, but I just can't get the words to flow right. Today, though, I really want to do this today. I think I can do it. Ha. Is that like in Russian? Like it's supposed to be something else? Yes. Or maybe ha. I'm not sure. I'm like a kid. Okay, that's the right ha. I'm just I'm just seeing things, I'm sorry. I'm like a kid that only does their homework when their parents yell at them. Well, I'm completely different than that, unfortunately. I don't even know. I don't even know when she will show up to the school. She will show up to school again. Bumping into her on the street is a tough bet, especially with this weather. Hmm. Well, I'll try anyway. I've got nothing more to lose. I've got nothing to lose. What's the worst case scenario? Appreciating gorgeous scenery. That's a thing you can do. Oh, heaven forbid. I'm gonna enjoy this to hell and back. And when I hand that poem to Ira, then it will all be worth it. So this I think like this scenario has been like all over the place. I think it might have been different times. Ow, my wrist is tired. I'm gonna totally wear I'm gonna totally wear down this poor eraser at this rate. I got to remember to buy a new one. It's just a bit annoying. Even though I ask my classmates to be more careful, they always forget about it. I didn't used to do that before. And now whenever I lend a textbook to someone, I specifically ask them not to doodle in it. Despite that, they always come back with crude drawings all over. I can't hand them back to the library like that. And I'll get in trouble if a teacher sees it. I lean back in my chair. A week. That's how long that's how long it has been since I've last seen her. It's not exactly new for her to skip several days at a time, but a whole week. Nobody else seems to be bothered though. I shouldn't be either. It's not her job to be by I don't wanna call her pitbull. Anyway, it's nothing new. Nothing new, nothing bad. Maybe Ira is taking in the town she's grown to love. Who knows when she'll return here after she moves out? I get that. I would do the same. But still, I just wish I could see. I just wish I could see her. Is she still mad at me? I really hope not. But if she is, I have just the thing to help it. That's right. It's done. I wrote Ira a poem. I wonder how she'll react. I wonder if she'll like it. I really hope she likes it. Maybe she'll smile. Or what if she gets flustered? That would be so cute. I want to see her. I want to see her make that face again. I kept walking around. Also, nice that the snow as well. There's also snow in the background again, like for snowy scenarios. I kept walking around. I don't really expect to see her at this point. It just feels like a duty I need to fulfill. I didn't mean to minimize or click out. A duty I need to fulfill, like a soldier patrolling the streets. Whoa, that sounds really cool. Whose footprints are these? And it's not like the weather is harsh all the time. Real colds will settle in a couple of weeks. The wind can get annoying after a few hours, but aside from that, it's bearable. It's pretty. It's all good. The main road, the two residential streets, the community center, the helipad, the garages, the parking lot, the school, the stadium, the research center, the kindergartens, the barracks. I've seen it all 1,000 times. Perhaps somewhere deep down, I am a little tired of this view, but I can't hate it. And I can't pretend like I won't miss it when it ceases to exist. Foreshadowing a little bit. When I finish school, I'll go to university. I'll tell everyone I'm from Vorkuta, not Vorkuta 5. Because Vorkuta 5 does not exist. People from Vorkuta People from Vorkuta 5 do not exist. The ones outside will ask me something about Vorkuta, the real Vorkuta, and I'll answer with zero hesitation. If I couldn't do that, I wouldn't be allowed to leave at all. To leave Vorkuta 5, you have to deny its existence. You have to deny its existence. I have to deny its existence no matter how much I want it to. I want it to exist. I have to deny. I have to. I have to. Triple dots. But it's tough. So tough that I'm not sure I'll ever manage. Realistically, I'll probably slip up and blurt out something incongruent. I do slip up a lot. I hope I'll get better at it by then. Maybe I should stop. I lower my scarf and take a big breath. Ouch. I'm seriously gonna catch a cold from this. Ah, at least my head feels really clear. I look up and see the familiar purple gray of northern twilight. No, not twilight. Today's the first day of this year's polar night. Interesting. So I won't see the sun until the tail end of December. It's nothing too bad. Personally, I don't mind the dark. Some people seem to get really depressed during this time, but I'm not one of those. Relatable. Uh, if I stay out for just a little longer and wait for the clouds to clear, I'll see the stars come fully into view. Definitely, it's a beautiful sight, especially from here, from the barracks. Far better than that dinky sliver of the sky I'd see from my apartment window staring. I wish that I could stick around for longer, but it's getting too cold. I start making my way back. Decrepit rows of worker housing disappear behind bigger and better homes. There's that old playground just around the corner. That's right. We used to go all we used to go there all the time with Tasha. Even back then, it was kind of unpopular. They built a newer one just 5 minutes away. So we often got to have the whole thing to ourselves. I guess that's why we like this place. We like the place. Triple dots. Somehow today feels quieter than ever. I can hear a faint clinking sound as the wind passes through the swing set chains. Eh? I slow down. There's a figure sitting on the frozen merry-go-round. A drunkard? No, we don't have those kinds of people here. And it's not out and about on the streets. And the frame doesn't seem like it belongs to a man either. I approach, gently making my way through the snow. I violently sink into it with almost no resistance, almost zero sound. When was the last time we had snow like we had snow this stuff? I don't remember. But perhaps I've stopped noticing the crunch of ice under my feet. Crunch of ice under my feet. Perhaps it's me being too focused on the person I now recognize. It's Ira. She's hunched over, elbows on her knees, hood down despite the cold. Her hair is tangled, half wet from the snow. What is she doing out here? Smoking or dribble dots? Huh? A lot more dots. I stop a few meters away. Ira is letting out quiet, gasping sounds. Hey, Ira. She looks up fast, as if jolted awake. Eyes red and puffy, face raw from wiping at it with her sleeves. There's a bit of snot on her upper lip. What? What do you want? I don't know what to answer. What do I want? All I can think about is how I've never seen a person look so small. Ira swipes at her eyes again and then stands. She stumbles a little, trying to regain her usual posture. What? Another one of your hangout spots. Damn creep. Her voice cracks halfway through. Triple dots. Triple dots. Well, enjoying the show? I slowly shake my head. No, I just saw you. Ira rubs her nose on her sleeve again. Her hands are shaking. Then go back to wherever the hell you came from. Triple dots. Go home. Asya. This isn't for you. I take a small step forward. I want to say anything, but my head draws a blank. Where I can squeeze out a single word. Ira turns around and stumbles through the snow, away from the playground. I can't even muster the courage to call out to her, let alone follow. I simply watch as Ira vanishes into the alley. If not for her footprints, if not for her footprints, I believe she was never even there. The snow keeps falling. A feeling I've long forgotten swells inside me. Swells inside me. Sorry. I've learned to not acknowledge it, so it got buried many layers deep. The hollow space inside my chest grows darker. Triple dots. The sky is full of pinpricks. The world is looking down on me, but not in the way other people do. It's kind and gentle, and I don't feel small under its gaze. Its eyes are pure and tender. Uh, episode 1 and Episode 2 Marina. You know Marina has Ira in it. If it's just reverse. December 15th. Alright. I'm gonna stop here for now. It's really just long at this point. That's just for one chapter, right? One episode. I guess it will be a little bit faster if I don't read, of course, but I want to like read every word. So is it still on the logs, by the way? Yeah. Well, I enjoyed so far. This is really interesting as to how it goes. Like it's like a complicated feelings as well again. Like oh yeah. But for now, like we're gonna stop here at the start of episode 2. So far I enjoyed the game. Or the visual novel. I enjoyed reading it. Again, this one is like one. Like there's no this is not multiple endings. So basically, at least it's just like a actual novel reading. Oh yeah, I'm trying to return to title. In the meantime, we gotta stop here. I enjoy so far. I like the characters, basically. I think so. There's something like complicated, even more complicated going on with Ira. Oh yeah. So far, I still enjoy it. So, unfortunately, we like they never able to like give the poem even at that time. So yeah, will they ever be able to give the poem? That will be another thing to find out until the later episodes. Like basically, what do you expect so far? We have complicated feelings going on. There's also like unfortunately the one school tropes I guess that we get the first and basically yeah. Also Russia. Like so far from what I see, like from the area that they're in, is basically like trying to make a perfect Russian town or something. That's all I could fucking gather so far. Now this time, like basically for the next episode, I guess we'll be learning more about Marina, which we did see from the start before even the start of episode 1, which I will call it a prologue, I guess. So I anyway, that's it for now for Z.A.T.O. Next time, hopefully, we'll be able to do like 2 in a row. Probably I'll break my under like at least under 4 hour sequence for that. It will be probably long. So for now, that's all for the first part. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time to part 2 of Z.A.T.O. So, bye bye, and may stars guide you. Hey, there's also gallery. Just making sure. Yeah. So yeah. May stars guide you.